City. This is Comerica Park, interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the St. Louis Cardinals and the Detroit Tigers. First pitch coming your way next. First pitch moments away. And on the mound today, a guy who will give them innings, Eric Skubal.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get one or two over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Mason Wynn leading things off and takes a strike. And the slider just misses.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
And now the lefty. Swing and miss. Got that 1-2.
I think they're setting up speed there.
And that's outside.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And there's one down. Here's a Cardinals lineup now. The sluggers of this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Left-hand hitter waits. Out to short. Gathers and throws to first. 2 away here in the top of the first. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
This is a batter who clearly performs better in day games. I don't know why, but his numbers generally back it up.
Right through there for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at-bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there in the mound.
And here it comes. Swings and misses. The ball's 2 strikes.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. St. Louis goes down in order. Redbirds down quietly. The Tigers coming up. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back in Comerica Park. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, Sonny Gregg. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, he brings a ton of confidence with him to the mound. He's looking for good at-bats and a few runs from his teammates, and he's looking to take care of the rest to make sure they come away with the win. If he's on in this one, it's going to be a real uphill battle for everyone else.
Bottom of the first. And here's the rookie center fielder, Parker Meadows. Gray, multi-time All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slurve, a curve, a sinker, and occasionally uses a cutter. And there's a foul ball. And swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher, it's other guys that have to think about it. Your infielders have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
There's a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill.
High fly ball down the left field line. That's back there. He jacks that one out to left. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. Looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any point.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here's Riley Green. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
1 out, base is empty. Comes in empty.
No ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Here comes a pitch. Way high there. And a count 1-2. Hard hit left side. Over to Goldie. Got him. Let's take a check of the Tigers lineup. Siggy, we're looking at a really young lineup here, so not much experience, but it also means they're going to bring a lot of energy to the table most days.
Well, we're in a golden age of young players. I mean, these players, they're getting up to the majors. They're dominating from a young age, bringing home plenty of hardware early in their careers. I mean, before they even get to free agency. So, you know, when you consider all of that, I love seeing the kind of energy that a team like this brings to the yard every day in and day out.
And a pitch. And it's fouled away. The pitch. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Detroit draws first blood on the solo shot. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here in Detroit, and now the veteran third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Arenado, a multi-Gold Glove Award winner, a member of the 1,000 Hit Club, and he was a second-round pick back in 2009.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And he deals. That one misses. 1-1. Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson is some boo, but I'd ask permission first before I call him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
Taking his hand, and it's called a strike.
Well, it looks like he's running around the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand going to be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Got him left in. And now run away. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. 1 One down, base is empty. Ground ball, Torkelson. He'll do it himself. And a couple of quick outs.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
So digging in, Alec Burleson.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing him down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call a timeout, do whatever it takes.
And that one hammered. Harris going back on this one. Leaping, and it's gone. It just got out of here. And we're level. It's 1-1.
This game is breathing new life thanks to that home run, and that's exactly what they needed. Now, Boo, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Green settles under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. One for the Cardinals on the solo home run. All even now at 1-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now here is Nick Beerlin. The wind of the pitch. Fastball for a strike. That one fouled hard the other way. Got him looking for the K. Will hit next. Mark there. 1-1. Right-hander kick steals. And another ball. And the right-hander deals. That one foul off. 2-2. And that's too high. This one popped up, middle of the infield. Arenado under it. And makes the grab. 2-away now.
Going to have a little more discipline in future events. That pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
Spencer Torkelson in the box now. No balls and a strike. Good eye right there. 2 outs. That pitch in for a strike. And the count 1-2.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And that's outside. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And the Tigers retired 1-2-3. Tigers fail to make any noise. Score remains deadlocked at 1. On to the third inning. Now up for St. Louis, Jordan Walker. Scooble back to work. And that's in there at the knees. The lefty fires. In the air, foul off first. Drifts towards it. Hauls it in for the out. Now batting Michael Ciani. Swinging a foul straight back. That one in there across the letters. Tied up here in the early goal.
That was a well-executed slider away for the strikeout right there. First two pitches filled up the zone and got him ahead 0-2 on the count. And at that point, you could start expanding the zone as a pitcher. He made a chase and got the quick strikeout.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. And the batter will be the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. And that keeps the inning going.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a run. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages, working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. Win the runner at first with 2 gone.
Runner, yes, yes.
To second, and he's out. And that is the third out of the inning. After 2.5, it remains a 1-1 ball game. And we're back. As we go to the last of the third. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Trey Sweeney. The right-hander back to work. And immediately pumps it a strike to the left-handed hitter. And that one is lifted in the air. Newbar moves under it. Makes the grab, 1 away. Now at the plate, Jake Rogers. And Chris, his big strength is defense, but it is interesting. In today's world of baseball, compared to when you played, a good defensive catcher is considered differently.
Whatever you get offensively is a bonus, but he's got to put the fingers down. He's got to present pitches to the umpire. They're going to help his pitcher get more strikes.
Kicks and fires. Baseline right field. Around first, heading for 2. Round second, digging for third.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. And next to hit for Detroit, Parker Meadows. Struck out swinging, leading off the bottom of the first. 1-1 low. Belton fires. In the air, center field. Moving under this one. Squeezes it. Runner takes for one. The throw is off line. He's safe. And a 2-1 ball game now.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Nice grab to his knee. The throw on the money. Nice play.
Proof right there why he's a Gold Glover. Flash that leather around and make everybody excited. Nice job in the inning.
Back in Comerica Park, John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Brendan Donovan. The pitch. Just missed.
Hold on, no pressure.
Bounce to the right side, sneaks through, base hit, and aboard on the leadoff single.
Kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. Right down to shoot, 0-1. And there's a ball. And the pitch. Donovan on at first, nobody out.
That pitch down.
Ground ball up the middle. The flip, one at second. On to first. Double play. Just got it there in time.
Almost anytime you roll over and send a two-ball to short at this level, you can pretty much count on the double play. Middle infielders are just so reliable, and they work on these plays all the time, so it almost becomes like second nature.
And first offering is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And that one off the outside edge.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Two outs. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
The Tigers leading by a run, top half of inning number 4. That one missed. Here in Detroit, on the floor, here's the left fielder, Riley Green. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live ball delivers. Yeah, that's downstairs and outside. Next offering misses, and the count is 2-0. Reeled it. There's a strike.
Excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, let's stay up the middle. That if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark, really late, opposite field now.
And it's ball 4. He missed down low. Winston Perez, the next to hit. His first at bat was a strikeout. Would call the ball, and that's ball 1. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Next offer in there for a strike, and that is strike 2. Nobody out, runner at first. And the next pitch is way outside. He deals. Inside, just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Righty delivers. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, interesting, he went with the off speed and robbed the hitter. And you got to challenge the guy with a fastball.
Now here is Matt Vierling.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1.
Well, these Tigers doing a great job, Boone, just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across the score as well.
First and second here, no outs. Just off the outside corner. 1-2 the count.
Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Oh, great stop. Goes to second. Safe there. And next up for the Tigers, Colt Heath. Good opportunity right here. Down to ball here, rolls foul.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you.
Left-hand batter waits. And that one fouled off.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball, perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he earns some points.
Got him looking. Huge strikeout there.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure it's going to sit on it for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
count 1-2. All loaded up. We're here at the bottom of the fourth. Outside low. Now 2-2.
That's a really good take.
Two down. Wouldn't chase that time. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more. His timing will be back on track. Good pitch for his straight here.
Next for Detroit, Trey Sweeney. Flying to left his first time. Holds in there. It's 0-1. The pitch. Got back our way, and that's out of play. 2 outs, bases are full. This one in the air. He's under it. He's got it, and that'll end it. So the Tigers leave them loaded, but they still lead it 2-1. New inning getting started. Here's the power hitting catcher, Wilson Contreras. And a pitch. Swing and a foul straight back.
You know, these Cardinals just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Outside corner for a strike. Gets a piece and stays alive. And a pitch. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Meadows sizing this one up. And it's popped out. Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. He's already homered here in this one. Burleson measures 6 feet 2 inches, 225 pounds, and he's usually in the outfield. Today he's the DH. The Tigers up by a run over the top of the 5th. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
You have to realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day.
This to center field. Nabs it, and there are 2 outs. And up next for St. Louis, Lars Nootbaar. He's 0 for 1. Just off the outside edge. 1-0. Right through there for a strike. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out. It's held in check there. Last half of the fifth coming up. It's the Tigers 2 and the Cardinals 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the fifth. At the play, Chant Rogers. The line of the pitch. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. The line to kick the pitch. Just missed. Misses the zone and he gets him to chase.
Well, that's that start right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to it.
And another ball. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Back to the top of the lineup, and the batter now, Parker Meadows. Ball drops in for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. And ball 1. One down, base is empty. And that one missing low. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Next is the designated hitter, Kerry Carpenter. He's already homered in this game. And here's the strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up to this point.
And here it comes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The line of the pitch. That one misses. Down 1-2. Up the middle. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. He decides to eat it, and he reaches safely. And next to hit for Detroit, Riley Green. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0.
The 2-hole hitter showing so much versatility, understanding the situation, gets on base with 2 out to bring possibly the best hitters in this lineup up to the plate in this inning.
That's a little bit low. Carpenter off of first with 2 away. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Contreras throws. They're in time. It's a stolen base.
Well, he's really showing us the dynamic skill set he brings to the field in this one. Homer earlier, now he swipes second, showing off the speed. Really fun to watch him play the game.
Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
Left-hand hitter waits. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Runner at second, 2 down. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And at second, that one down the line, and foul ball. Bounce back to the mound, and it finds its way through for a hit. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in. Perez digs in now. He caught it behind his back. Nicely done for the out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit, and this is now a 3-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. All set for the top of the 6th. Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Walker. And he deals. And that's outside. And that is ball 1. And a pitch. And the count's even at 2.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought he clipped the corner.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Could have been right there. Pretty good pitch in the outside corner.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Corrals it, and there's one away.
Boy, that was a hanging, breaking move right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Michael Ciani. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Under it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. So the lineup flips over. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Mason Wynn, 1 for 2. That's a strike. 0-1.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
The Tigers leading by 2, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6, and the 5, 6, 7 slots do up. It's the Tigers 3 and the Cardinals 1. Back in Comerica Park, down the third baseman, Matt Vierman. Back to work. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that's just foul. The pitch. And a swing and a miss. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Struck him out swinging. Couldn't catch up to the heater. And next up for the Tigers, Colt Heath.
What makes him special is a lot of pitchers lose movement in their stuff the deeper they go into a game, but he's just different. You see plenty of break in his pitches, even when he's running a little low in the tank.
Bases empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count even 1-1. And there's a ball.
You got 2 balls, 1 strike.
And a foul ball. And now 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Now 2 away. 2 outs, bases empty. Spencer Torkelson getting ready to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Bounce to the right, Goldie. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. We're through 6 full. It's the Tigers 3 and the Cardinals 1. Top of inning number 7. Now up for St. Louis, Brendan Donovan. Here comes a pitch. That one finds the zone. 1-1. Tigers bullpen with some action. Will Vest, the young right-hander, up a throw. Number 52, getting loose as well. The line to the pitch. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. The pitch. Outside. And the count 1-2. Started after it. Appeal to third. No swing. Gary Simmons with the call. That's a strikeout.
Well, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Goldie up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
The Tigers holding on to a 2-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one ripped into right. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong, and their timing's off.
Here's Nolan Arenado. Just missed.
Trying to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Fall off foul. Two down, nobody on.
never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
The lefty fires. That one finds the zone. It's 2-2. Two outs. Stays alive. And now the lefty. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. 1-2-3 go to Cardinals. Score holds. It's 3-1. Start the bottom of the seventh. Steven Matz.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Now it's the shortstop, Trey Sweeney.
The shortstop, Sweeney.
The pitch. That one the other way. Makes the grab, one down.
That swing right there tells me he's seen the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And here's the catcher, Jake Rogers. Here's a strike. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Matthew Liberatore, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Number 64, also throwing. One down, base is empty. That's a strike. Chop to third. Arenado to first, in time. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
And up next for Detroit, Parker Meadows. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The 0-1. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. That misses the zone. Now 1-2. And down on strikes he goes. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Tigers are shut down there as the lead remains 3-1. Back here in Detroit, and now Wilson Contreras. And a pitch. And strike 1 to the catcher.
So impressive how the velo is still there even this deep into the outing.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
And he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch throwing with so much conviction.
Just misses with that one.
He's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well. So much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
He's down on strikes.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right there.
Alec Burleson next up for the Cardinals. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The Tigers up by 2, and we're at the top of the 8th.
fastball for a strike.
Next pitch misses way outside.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
The line, the kick, and the 1-2. And swinging. Two outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Lars Nootbaar. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for him there. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Tigers 3 and the Cardinals 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now, Kerry Carpenter. And the pitch. Nats, a lefty who lights up the radar gun. He features a sinker, a changeup, a slurve, and he works in a slider. On the ground at first, and it goes just foul. The pitch. Just outside. 2-2.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Riley Green now to play. That's in for a strike. And it skips into the dirt. Pitch misses. 2-2.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
The line to kick the pitch. That misses. 3-2 now.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Outside, and that is ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for there.
Wenzel Perez up now for the Tigers. Out towards left center. Nootbaar on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 2 down.
The first baseman, number 8.
And at first, Matt Vierling up now for the Tigers. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a groundout. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And that's in the dirt. Out to short. Win. They take the force out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Tigers lead 1, but they still lead at 3-1. Jason Foley.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball. We see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Bounced up the middle. Rolando Torkelson, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth. He's 2 outs away. Michael Ciani next up for the Cardinals. First pitch misses. The Cards down by a pair here at the top of the ninth. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, in this one, the offense has sputtered. Somebody's got to find a way to get on, keep the line moving, and manufacture at least 1 run. Then maybe you get 2 or 3.
1 down, base is empty. And he lays down a bunt. Not in time. That's a bunt single.
Nearly a highlight reel play at third, but the bare hand grab still wasn't enough to get the out. Great effort to make that play as close as it was, though.
So the batting order turns over. And now the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. On the ground, out to short. Off balance, fingers one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off, and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
1 out left for the Cardinals. Here's the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. 1 for 3. A little bit low.
0-1, no play.
The tying run at the plate. On the ground. And he punches one right back up the middle. That's what he does. Great contact. Thrown in, holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So 2 on with 2 away. Paul Goldschmidt, the next to hit. Swinging and trying deep right field. Way back there. That should get the dugout going. It's 4-3. Well, that swing changes things.
Yes, it does. They were in striking distance. They found a way to fight back big time. When you see a guy take a slider on the outside part of the plate and hit opposite field home run, fires you up because not only is he flexing the muscles to show him up.
Bo Brisky on the pitch here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's Nolan Arenado. 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Just missed. Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle in the late stages of this one. That one's in there, and that's strike 1. Activity in the bullpen for Detroit. Tyler Holton, the left-hander, up and throwing. Number 52, getting cranked up as well. 2 down, nobody on. Now this is in the air down the line. Green under it. Brings it in for the 3rd out. And some late inning drama here in the 9th as this homer gives them the lead. It's now a 4-3 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Ryan Helsley.
Now, I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try to close it out.
One-run game. Pete up now for the Tigers. And here it comes. That misses the zone. Ball one. One-run game, bottom nine. And he blows that one by 100.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but looking foul. Looking to get the tying run on base. Off the mark there. Well, that's ball two. Next up, this is down away. Spencer Torkelson in the on-deck circle. Right-handed reliever. He walked it, and that will keep things going.
They're not ready to go home.
Now it's going to be Spencer Torkelson. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
Trying to move him over here. There's one. Relay to first. Double play.
That's a huge play to get the double play defensively. Just one more guy to get this save for the closer.
So, last chance for the Tigers. And the batter will be the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. Strike one.
0-1's the count.
Two outs. And now it's even up. This inside with the curve.
An interesting situation. One swing you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work along, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Trying to close out a one-run lead, and the whole team trying to pull it out. Helsley is just one strike away. Chase that time.
Big pitch coming right here. Last thing he wants to do is put the tying run on base, but he can't prove one either.
At the belt and fires. Ball four, and he walked it. And that keeps things going. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk. Two outs. Runner on first. Jake Rogers up now for the Tigers.
Well, you got
the number 9-hole hitter right here, looking to do whatever he can to get on base, turn this lineup over so the best hitters in this lineup have a chance to tie up the ball game or maybe even walk it off.
Over to first, and he's safe.
At least you got the pitcher thinking a little bit. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
There's a strike.
With the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
Right-hander kicks, deals. On the ground to the left. And it's just foul. That was close. Two now.
One ball.
This one in the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. With the winning run at the plate. We're at the last half of inning number 9. Kicks and fires. On a foul ball, he stays alive. And a pitch. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Righty deals. Lifted to left, and this should do it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cardinals strand the tying run on base to win it.
All game, this team had to battle with that 10th man. Those fans making a lot of noise. When they took the lead in the 9th inning, quieted things down, they were able to get those final 3 outs in the bottom half as well. Just a very well executed ball game.
4-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious St. Louis Cardinals, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they let no runs on base. For the Tigers, 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors, they let 6 runs on base. Time of the ball, 2 hours, 10 and 7 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please, right home safely.